World's most powerful people. Video script forget everything you think you know about power. While everyone talks about presidents and billionaires, the real puppet masters remain completely invisible. Today, I'm revealing the secret names that control humanity's destiny. People so powerful that governments bow to their whispers and entire nations change direction with their phone calls. Number 4 on this list literally decides who lives and dies during global crises, and you've probably never even heard their name. Main content: the shadow banker, Jerome Powell. The money magician. Most people think the U.S. president is the most powerful person in America. They're dead wrong. Meet Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, the man who can crash or save the entire world economy with a single sentence. When Jerome Powell speaks, stock markets in Tokyo, London, and Mumbai immediately react. He controls the interest rates that determine whether you can buy a house, get a loan, or keep your job. His decisions affect the value of every currency on Earth. Here's the shocking part. Powell isn't elected by anyone. He's not accountable to voters. Yet he wields more economic power than any king or emperor in history. When he prints money, the entire world pays for it through inflation. When he raises rates, developing countries face instant financial crisis. The Federal Reserve is neither federal nor a reserve. It's a private banking cartel that controls the world's reserve currency. Powell is essentially the economic emperor of Earth, making decisions in secret meetings that affect 8 billion people. The information emperor, Sundar Pichai, the mind controller while politicians fight for votes. Sundar Pichai controls something far more valuable: human attention and information access. As CEO of Alphabet, he controls Google, YouTube, Android, and Gmail, the digital nervous system of modern civilization. Think about this. Over 90% of all internet searches go through Google. Pichai's algorithms decide what information billions of people see and what gets hidden. He can make or break businesses, politicians, and entire movements simply by adjusting search rankings. YouTube, under Pichai's control, is where 3 billion people get their news, entertainment, and education. The platform's recommendation algorithm literally shapes human consciousness on a global scale. What people think, believe, and do is increasingly determined by decisions made in Google's headquarters. The terrifying truth is that Pichai has more influence over public opinion than all the world's media companies combined. He can silence voices, amplify messages, and shape global narratives without anyone even noticing. This is information dictatorship disguised as free service. The pharmaceutical pharaoh, Albert Bourla. The life and death decision maker. Meet Albert Bourla, the CEO of Pfizer, the man who literally controls life and death for millions of people worldwide. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Bourla became more powerful than most world leaders, deciding which countries get vaccines and which ones suffer. Pfizer, under Bourla's leadership, made $100 billion from COVID vaccines while entire populations waited for doses. He negotiated secret contracts with governments, demanding legal immunity and collateral like military bases and embassy buildings as guarantee for payment. But here's what most people don't know. Bourla and other pharmaceutical CEOs regularly meet in private to set drug prices worldwide. They decide which diseases get research funding and which ones are ignored. A meeting of 5 pharmaceutical CEOs can determine the fate of millions of cancer patients, diabetes sufferers, and people with rare diseases. Bourla's power extends beyond medicine. His decisions about vaccine distribution influenced global politics, international relations, and economic recovery. No elected official has ever wielded such direct control over human health and survival. The digital overlord, Mark Zuckerberg, the social reality architect. While everyone focuses on politicians, Mark Zuckerberg quietly built the most powerful surveillance and influence machine in human history. He doesn't just own Facebook, He controls Meta, Instagram, WhatsApp, and the emerging metaverse. Zuckerberg has detailed psychological profiles of over 3 billion people. Their relationships, political views, shopping habits, sexual preferences, and deepest fears. This data makes him more powerful than any spy agency or government intelligence system. His algorithms don't just show content, they manipulate emotions and behavior. Zuckerberg's platforms have triggered political revolutions, influenced elections, and even caused ethnic violence in countries like Myanmar. He shapes how billions of people see reality itself. The most terrifying aspect is Zuckerberg's vision for the metaverse, a digital world where he controls the laws of physics, social interaction, and economic exchange. He's not just building a platform. He's creating an alternate reality where he's literally God. The resource king, Mohammed bin Salman. The energy emperor crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia controls something more valuable than money, the world's energy supply. His decisions about oil production instantly affect gasoline prices, airline costs, and inflation rates globally. MBS, as he's known, doesn't just control oil. He's building NEOM, a 500 billion futuristic city that will reshape global economics. He's investing Saudi wealth into artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and space technology, positioning himself as the power broker of tomorrow's economy. Here's what makes him uniquely dangerous. MBS combines traditional resource power with modern technological ambition. He's buying stakes in Tesla, Google, and Facebook while simultaneously controlling the fossil fuels that power current civilization. When MBS makes enemies, they disappear. When he makes allies, they become rich. His influence extends across continents, from Hollywood movies to European soccer teams to Asian infrastructure projects. He's the ultimate power player in a world still addicted to energy. The space conqueror, Elon Musk. The civilization architect, Elon Musk, isn't just rich. He's reshaping the fundamental infrastructure of human civilization. Through SpaceX, he controls access to space. Through Starlink, he's building a global internet satellite constellation that could make traditional telecom companies obsolete. Musk's Neuralink project aims to merge human brains with artificial intelligence. His Tesla company is forcing the entire automotive industry to go electric. His Boring company is reimagining urban transportation. No single person in history has simultaneously disrupted so many industries. The terrifying and exciting truth is that Musk is essentially building the infrastructure for humanity's next evolutionary phase. He's not just a businessman. He's a species-level change agent who thinks in terms of centuries and civilizations. When governments need to launch satellites, they go to Musk. When Ukraine needed internet during war, they begged Musk. He's becoming the private contractor for civilization itself, with power that transcends national boundaries. The digital dictator, Xi Jinping. The surveillance state emperor Xi Jinping isn't just China's president. He's the architect of history's most sophisticated control system. His social credit system monitors and scores the behavior of 1.4 billion people, determining who can travel, get loans, or even send their children to good schools. Through China's Great Firewall and digital surveillance network, 11 controls what the world's largest population can see, say, and think. His power makes George Orwell's 1984 look like a gentle warning rather than science fiction. But Xi's influence extends far beyond China. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, he's buying infrastructure projects in over 70 countries, creating economic dependencies that give him political leverage worldwide. Countries from Africa to Latin America now depend on Chinese investment and technology. 11 is building a multipolar world where China sets the rules for artificial intelligence, digital currency, and global trade. He's not just running a country. He's creating an alternative civilization model that challenges Western dominance. Conclusion: these 8 individuals wield more real power than most countries. They control money, information, health, social reality, energy, technology, space, and surveillance. The fundamental building blocks of modern life. The scary truth is that democracy, as we know it, is becoming irrelevant. While people vote for politicians who make speeches, these shadow rulers make decisions that actually shape human destiny. They're the unelected emperors of the digital age. What's even more frightening is that their power is growing exponentially. As technology becomes more important than geography, and data becomes more valuable than oil, these individuals are becoming the true rulers of Earth. Call to action: did this video blow your mind? If you never realized how much power these shadow rulers actually have, smash that like button and subscribe for more eye-opening content that reveals the hidden truths about our world. Here's my question for you. Which of these powerful people scares you the most? Is it the money controller Jerome Powell, the information emperor Sundar Pichai, the pharmaceutical pharaoh Albert Bourla, or someone else from this list? Let me know in the comments. I want to see which one you think poses the biggest threat to ordinary people like US. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, because next week, I'm exposing the secret meetings where these power players actually coordinate their strategies. You won't believe what happens when the world's real rulers get together.